Hey, good morning everybody. Come out here at my permanent camp, semi-permanent camp, whatever you want to call it, to do a VR for Deep Southern Experience 250 sub giveaway. Not so much as I'm interested in the giveaway. The big thing about his giveaway, he always throws a surprise box in there, and that caught my interest. That experience that really interests me. But for his VR, he wants to see our summer sleep system. So I came out here yesterday and had to do some work out here. Made me a firewall or a fire reflector. I'm only about a quarter of a mile from home. I'm about 400 meters from a river, and I'm about a 1/16 of a mile from a road over here. Even though there's plenty of brush around me and everything, I did want to build a fire reflector to kind of block the light in case anybody could see the light whenever I build my fire. I haven't built a big fire yet. All I did was built enough to make coffee this morning. But anyway, I'm going to get on with this. I got to go down and try to get some water out of the river. The river bank's probably about 15-20 foot down. So I brought a bucket with me. I'm going to go down there and try to throw the bucket down the bank. And there is one place I can walk down to, try to get down to. It's pretty steep, but I got to try to get some water, so that way whenever I do build a big fire, or a decent sized fire, I shouldn't say big fire, decent sized fire, I got some water to put it out. Also, one of the things that interests me here is I do some guerrilla gardening right around this area. I got over in that area down there, it's kind of hidden from view if somebody does find my campsite. I got watermelons and cantaloupes and gourds planted over there, and back over here I got gourds, cantaloupe, and watermelon planted over here, and then right over there I have sunflower seeds and gourds and cantaloupe planted. So I'm hoping to bring a couple tomato plants out here, and I'm going to plant a couple tomato plants right here behind the fire pit, or the fire reflector. Anyway, getting on with what the VR is all about. This is my summer sleep system. Now, every now and then it changed, but most of the time I always bring this for my summer sleep system. Now, if I'm car camping, that's totally different. Now, this is basically my bushcraft sleep system, which is what I do 90% of the time. Car camping, I very rarely do any car camping unless I go to my old campsite. I quit going there because there were so many people there in the summertime. There was always people walking up on you, motorcycles. Every time I went over there, I had to pick up a bunch of trash, which I didn't really mind picking up a bunch of trash. It's just I just didn't enjoy it. I just picked a tick off of me, and yesterday when I was out here, I picked off 9 ticks that already embedded on me. Today I sprayed real good, but it looks like the off ain't helping none, because I'm still getting ticks on me, even though I'm checking myself more often now. Okay, getting on with let's go ahead and get on with the sleep system. Okay, hopefully the sun won't block you out any. I'll try to get over in this area. Okay, I use a regular tarp just like everybody else. You know, I shouldn't say everybody else, because a lot of people use the seal tarps. I have a seal tarp, but believe it or not, I like these cheap plastic Walmart tarps, the ones that are weaved. I've never had no problem with them leaking. If I do tear one for some weird reason, I'll just put some duct tape on it. And if it gets that bad, I'll just go buy another one for $6. Okay, now I always carry a mosquito net, and it doesn't matter whether I car camp or not. I always have my mosquito net with me. This is old Vietnam era cot mosquito net, and I just kind of drape it over me. You know, I don't care if it's draped over me that much, just as long as around my face and stuff. It ain't laying on my face. Okay, let me flip this back. Okay, on the ground itself, I usually use another one of these survival tarps, the one that turns into a poncho and a reflector and got the handholds on it. For out here, last couple times I've slept out here, I just used the browse bed, and it's been pretty comfortable. I've not had no problem with it. Let me flip this back some more. This is the bag that I carry all my stuff with. I have a blanket inside here that I carry all the time. It's actually my dog's blanket, but anyway, I've got to have a pillow, so no matter what, I have a pillow with me. Now this is they call them woobies now. We've always just called them poncho liners. I just use a poncho liner. Now this poncho liner here, I don't know if a lot of them are made like this, but this one does have a zipper on it, so it's more like a sleeping bag than anything else. Let me set you down for a second. I'll show you. As you can see, it's got a zipper on it. So it opens and closes just like a sleeping bag. And this you can tie into a poncho, into the rivets of the poncho or the eyelets of the poncho, because it also does have the head area right here. So very rarely have I ever used it in the winter time. Now whenever I was in the Army and in foxholes, yeah, this thing got used a whole lot as a poncho with the rubber or a poncho liner with the rubber poncho over the top of it, because that rubber helped insulate. When you're just standing still, it was good. But anyway, that's my summer sleep system, and very rarely does that change. That poncho liner is just right for the weather, for how hot it is, and a lot of times I'll just sleep on top of it. And like I say, I always do have my dog's blanket with me, and but I use it most time in summertime as a pillow. Wintertime things change a whole lot about what I actually carry. Wintertime I use the MSSR sleep system, and a lot of times in wintertime I sleep on a cot, and most time car camping I sleep on a cot also. But anyway, I'm gonna take you with me on this little walk to go get some water. I'll probably cut you off before I try to actually go down to get water, and I reckon when I come back I'm gonna check myself again for ticks. But anyway, y'all can hear the cars. Okay, let me grab my bucket. Didn't y'all enjoy getting crammed up in the bucket? Okay, here we go. I say I'm kind of pretty secluded back in here. There are about 3 other people that I know of that comes back in here. They come down and try to walk their dogs back in here, and I imagine their dogs are full of ticks. But yesterday when I was down in here, I walked right up on one big black snake and one pretty decent sized king snake, so maybe we'll see them again. And anyway, I try to kind of hide my trail because I don't want a bunch of people knowing that I camp back in here. Now these weeds here I put down over there to try to block people's view, to block the trail. Okay, you'll see why I've seen the snakes here in a few minutes. This was a big pine forest down in here, and what happened is they come in and clear cut it, and now it's growing up, and there's deer trails going all over backwards and forth in here, and that's probably the reason why the ticks are so bad. That's a deer trail going right across through there. Now one night, I reckon last month sometime when I was down in here camping, I actually heard pigs. I mean, we don't have boar in this area, but we do have a lot of feral pigs. So anyway, I think I got off the trail that I normally walk on. That's okay. But you can see why the snakes get up in here, because they get up in these barren areas right in here, and they sun in the mornings. No big deal. As long as I don't have no rattlesnakes or copperheads, I'm good to go. Plus there's a lot of blackberries up in here, so they eat the blackberries, and you know, naturally birds get in with the blackberries. Yeah. Let me go turn around. Let's say I try not to make trails back in here, even though there are a few trails. Try not to. Yeah, here's the deer trail. As you can see, it's pretty clear cut trail. Right here's where I seen that big black snake. Yeah. You can see we have cactus up in this area. I don't know if you can see that cactus right there, but we do have cactus. Okay. Yeah. Right here's the trail that most people that I know of, when they come back in here, they take this trail right here, and you'll see it right up in there. Oh shoot, I have a hard time. It's done grown up a lot on me since I've been back down in here. Okay, right down there is the river. That's where I got to go to get water. So anyway, I know it don't look that deep, but it is real steep going down in there, but that's the only place I know of to get water. So I'm gonna cut you off here, and we'll talk to you later. And congratulations on your 250 subs. I will say this, I enjoy watching your videos, and you're pretty much down to earth. I'm kind of like everybody else. I'm kind of waiting on some of the constellations and stuff like that, because I do come out here and I love looking at the stars and making out the constellations. In the Army, I was artillery, and before I got out, I did survey, and a lot of our survey we had to do Polaris Kochab, which was shooting off the stars, the North Star. And you know, it's pretty easy for everybody to identify. Okay, Deep South Experience, 250 sub. Congratulations. Bye.